thank you. I've heard about this for a couple years now, but I'm finally able to be here, which is really awesome. So thank you, Casey, for inviting me, and thank you everybody for being here and just talking. It's been a wonderful night. Imagine a young boy being bundled up. First in layers of bandages, then layers of clothes, and a final layer consisting of a heavy snow jacket, boots that don't quite fit right, and a helmet that clamps onto your ears. Imagine that boy struggling to walk in his new boots up to a big truck and slowly clambering his way in. And think of the beautiful sunshine reflecting off all of the fresh powdered snow as the boy was driven towards the slopes. Think of the thoughts that would run through his head. The terror after the realization, I have to ski down that? Think of his thoughts as he gets loaded into the bioski, being carefully padded in, snug and secure. The small shriek he let out being lifted onto his first chairlift ride, and his ever-increasing heart rate as they went up not one, but 2 chairlifts to get to the top. There he was dismounted from the lift, had the fixed outriggers attached, and was faced with what felt like a sheer cliff. I and my fellow campgoers all live with epidermolysis bullosa, a devastating disease that affects every part of our body, inside and out. Tonight, you have a chance to support the adventure of a lifetime, not just for the dozen or so campers that Camp Spirit hosts each year, but for all the ski directors, nurses, and all the other amazing staff. Your support will help make the best week of the year a reality. Outside of camp, life is tough. Many people with EB, myself included, wake up stuck to our clothes almost every day, which, as you might imagine, makes it rather difficult to be excited and happy about your day when it always starts off so poorly. And from that moment, when you first wake up, you have to constantly start thinking, will this step cause a blister? What about the next one? What about the next 100? Can I eat this today? Or is my throat too tight? Can I do this activity? Or will it rub somewhere wrong? Probably the one place I didn't think it would ever go. All of these small questions pester us constantly. And then we're able to get to bigger questions, like, how are my wounds doing? Are they healing? When is my next doctor's appointment again? Is my walking getting better or worse? And what about my fingers? All of these questions that would never normally need to be considered are constantly being asked and asked again, and answered again. Because EB can change so rapidly. One day, you might be doing great, walking around happy as can be, while the next step you take may be a blister on your skin. This is the typical life of someone with EB. And these are the day-to-day struggles, ever-changing, ever-growing in difficulty, and always filled with pain. So then comes the question, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you keep going forwards? How do you have fun? For me, I keep going because while it is a hard life, it's still life. And I am here, and that is a miracle, a great miracle, and one that I celebrate and cherish. And this, combined with a positive attitude, has gotten me really far in life. But the honest and sad answer is that for far too many EB kids, the answer is you don't. And this makes camp all the more important, because camp is often the eye-opener for EB kids. It took a fellow camper 3 years and a video to convince me to first come to Camp Spirit. I was afraid it wasn't safe enough. And until he made a video to prove the camp was safe, I refused to go. But that first year I went was an eye-opener. I traveled to a whole new place in Winter Park. I met more EB kids than I ever had in my entire life. I got to go skiing, dog sledding, and snowmobiling. 3 activities I had previously thought so impossible I had never even dreamed of going up to that point. I became more independent, learning about the bandages I put on my body and helping to teach others teaching others how to help me take care of me. I started pursuing a driver's license once I got back from camp that I now have, despite thinking that I could never drive before. And although the immediate effect of missing a week of school for camp was catastrophic on my grades, overall, they have only improved since I started going to Camp Spirit, getting me into Denver's own Regis University and their honors. I am one camper, and over the years, Camp Spirit has helped bring about similar changes in so many other campers. In the last few years, I've gotten to watch this with my very own eyes, seeing campers go from their previously quiet selves to being able to crack jokes at the dinner table, leaving the whole table crying with laughter. The pickup lines are the best part. I've seen far too many EB kids not enjoy life, though. And I've watched as they've slowly faded away, becoming more and more dependent. And with my own experiences at camp, I realized that it's really difficult to try and be independent when the only thing you've ever experienced is dependency. And this is what is truly special about Camp Spirit, because nowhere else in the world we get this type of interaction with the EB community and that first taste of independence. The boy was practically shaking from fear, and when prompted if he was ready to ski, could only muster a small wiggle of his head. And then he started to slide forward, faster and faster until he was held by only the tunnels. He was skiing, flying down the mountain, making the turns himself. If he could do this, he could do anything. And fear melted into pure excitement, pure happiness, as the world's biggest smile shone on my face. Thank you.